guys, so as you know, I'm reading stories, and I thought maybe for the older, my 3rd through 5th graders, if you guys were coming to the library this week, we would be doing a debate. So I decided we would talk about, should we get rid of daylight saving time? So I'm going to just read a short, quick article about that topic. Remember to listen for evidence on both sides and see what you decide. So here we go. For many of us, the month of March means 3 things: wearing green on St. Patrick's Day, watching basketball during March Madness, and suffering through the most miserable, horrid day of the entire year, the day we dread, the day we like to pretend does not exist, the day that daylight saving time begins. At 2 a.m. on March 8th, the clock sprang forward 1 hour, and we lost 60 minutes of precious sleep. For the next week or so, we felt groggy and tired. Meanwhile, across the United States, car accidents, workplace injuries, and heart attacks will all spike, likely because everyone is more tired. Perhaps it's not surprising that 70% of Americans say they'd rather not change their clocks. So why don't we just get rid of daylight savings time? Sunshine or sleep? Daylight savings begins in March when we move our clocks forward 1 hour. It ends in November when we move our clocks back. That means from March to November, you get an extra hour of sunlight in the evenings. And that extra hour means you can go to soccer practice after school, have dinner time, barbecues, and hang out with friends in the evenings, all with the sun still shining. And that time outside is good for your health. Studies show that being outdoors relieves stress, lowers the risk of depression, and improves memory. Sunshine provides vitamin D, which brightens the mood and supports bone health. So I hope you all are heading outside today. But DST, known as Daylight Savings Time, also presents a major health drawback for kids and teens, and it has to do with sleep. According to the National Sleep Foundation, only 15% of teens get the recommended 8 to 10 hours of sleep each night. 8 to 10 hours. Wow, did you hear that? Part of the problem is starting around age 11, your body's internal clock changes. You feel like going to bed several hours later than you used to, but you still have to be up early for school. As a result, many teens are chronically sleep deprived. The beginning of DST makes sleep deprivation worse. The clock says it's 7 a.m., but to your body, it feels like 6 a.m. Of course, most kids adjust to the time change after a few days. Good for the environment? Today, daylight savings time is observed in 70 countries. In the U.S., it's observed in every state except Hawaii and parts of Arizona. But daylight savings time hasn't been around that long. In the U.S., DST got its start during World War I, 1914 to 1918. The government thought it would conserve energy for the war effort. With an extra hour of sunlight each evening, the government reasoned Americans wouldn't use much electricity to light their homes. Whether daylight savings time actually did save energy and whether it does now, it's up for debate. Today, some studies show that in certain places we do use less electricity during DST, but in other places we do not. Even if DST does cut down on energy use, it may not be good for the environment overall, at least not in modern times. In 1919, most people traveled on foot or by horse. Today, we mostly drive, so to enjoy that extra hour of sunlight, we often get into the car and drive somewhere, using gas we wouldn't otherwise use. While DST's impact on the environment is uncertain, it does have some clear benefits. Some studies show that though car accidents spike right after DST begins, the number of car accidents overall declines during DST. One reason is that people aren't driving in the dark and at the end of the day when most accidents occur. Crime rates plummet too because streets stay lighter later. So what do you think? Should we keep changing our clocks, or is it time to leave time alone? So if you want, grab a piece of paper and jot some notes down for the pros and cons. Discuss it with your family tonight and see what everyone thinks. So as you can see, I'm sitting in this tent because I just read a book, Camping with Mr. McGee. So if you want to listen to that, you can. And Wesley over here is on licking a string, so that's what he's doing if you can't see it. And we're just hanging out at home. Hope you guys are doing well, and I will have another thing tomorrow for you. Bye.